We are often met with stern resistance from people considering our care of dogs. This is a problem prevalent across the country. Feeders and caregivers harassed on account of their compassion towards the Pariah Dogs of India. We face this problem despite Article 51AG and 51AH of the Constitution of India. We face this problem despite the reading of the right of food as a fundamental right to animals by the Supreme Court of India. But what is the reason for this resistance? People have given us many answers, but there is an answer that is concerning. A word now synonymous with fear, a word now unfairly synonymous with dogs: rabies. Misinformation on rabies has been a cause for people to behave poorly with dogs. The free-roaming Pariah Dogs of India are labelled villains due to incidents of dog bites sensationalized by some media channels without conclusive evidence or information. But there is an important question to address here. What exactly is rabies? It's a viral zoonotic disease which almost always leads to death in both humans and animals when they become symptomatic. One could become infected from a bite wound or a scratch from an infected animal, but not from interacting with their feces, blood, or urine. Mammals are all potential carriers of rabies, including monkeys, cats, bats, and mongooses. But according to the National Center for Disease Control in India, around 97% of the cases are a result of bites from rabies-infected dogs. We want to be clear, not all dog bites cause rabies, and not all dogs are rabid. But considering the severity of the disease, it is important to address each case with immense care and caution. But let's really understand rabies. It causes inflammations to the brain and spinal cord and manifests in two forms. Furious rabies, in which the infected animal or person becomes hyperactive, starts to fear water, and sometimes even drafts of fresh air. In case of furious rabies, death usually occurs in a few days due to cardiorespiratory arrest. There's also paralytic rabies, in which the infected person starts to show signs of paralysis, leading to a coma and then death. Paralytic rabies is a rarer form of rabies though. We wanted to share these symptoms for a few reasons, especially for furious rabies, because excitable and hyperactive are non-quantifiable terms. A dog might generally be enthusiastic, and enthusiasm is often mistaken as aggression. A dog with negative human experiences might become aggressive of their personal space. These behavioral traits are frequently mistaken as rabies, leading to unnecessary animal-human conflict. In these situations, the right approach is to observe the suspected dog based on their interactions with other dogs or humans they are comfortable with, and how they behave as they eat food or drink water. At the same time, it is important for us to familiarize ourselves with the symptoms of paralytic rabies. These cases are often misdiagnosed even globally, causing them to be dangerously underreported. In the absence of local feeder or caregiver for free-roaming dogs suspected of rabies, it is essential to contact the closest NGO or municipal corporation for advice. We can't stress this enough. Do not touch the dog, and please do not kill the dog. Rabies has been one of the most fatal zoonotic diseases for a while now. A study by the World Health Organization (WHO) in 2003 estimated 18,000 to 20,000 deaths due to rabies each year in India. The Million Death Study in 2012 estimated 12,700 deaths due to furious rabies. But in the interest of full disclosure, we also want to add that the reported number of deaths by the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program (IDSP) in 2017 from 30 out of 36 states and union territories in India was just 593. But the number is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. More so when you consider that pneumonia or influenza alone accounted for 400,000 deaths in India in 2020. Tuberculosis was worse, with around 504,000 deaths in the same year. We are not undermining the existence of rabies, but it is curious. Rabies is 100% preventable even after exposure in humans and even in dogs who have been previously vaccinated. So it is possible to bring this number down to 0. It is possible to have a rabies-free India. What's stopping us then? In 2003, the WHO sponsored a national rabies survey to study animal bites in India. The study covered around 53,000 people randomly chosen across 18 states. Dogs accounted for around 91% of the total bite cases, with a distribution of around 63% from stray dogs and a significant 37% from pets. The study also revealed that only around 22% of all the pets were found to be vaccinated in rural areas, a shocking revelation. Despite this number being better in urban areas at around 66%, it is still worrying to know that there are people out there either ignorant or negligent of the basic and essential veterinary care. But let's switch back to a more human perspective. What surprised us was that an alarming 60% of bite victims did not even wash their wounds with soap and running water. Only a small number of people even completed their full course of anti-rabies treatment through vaccinations. But we want to focus on something else. The scariest stat of about 46% of bite victims resorting to alternative indigenous forms of treatments such as rubbing chili powder, kerosene or turmeric at the wound site. This is both ineffective and dangerous. But among these methods of indigenous treatments, there is something all the more scary. Something even limiting the awareness campaigns by doctors and government officials. Witchcraft.